Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Alan and I'm from the United States, specifically from New York, and welcome to my channel, Dicas. In this video, I'm going to talk about the TOEFL, a test of English that determines a person's proficiency in the language. I have taught TOEFL preparation courses in 2 different universities and have worked with international students from several countries around the world to help them do well on the exam. So today, I'm going to show you how to get a good score on the TOEFL. Here we go. What is the TOEFL? The TOEFL is a language proficiency test that stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language. It's one of the most widely used and accepted English proficiency tests in the world. This means that if you want to study at a university in the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa, you'll most likely have to take the TOEFL in order to be accepted. This also means that if you want a job with a company that has a lot of clients around the world, your employer will probably want to make sure you speak English and will require you to show them your TOEFL score before getting hired. Structure of the TOEFL. The TOEFL is an integrated test, which means it assesses a person's reading, listening, speaking, and writing in English. You will first complete the reading section, where you will read several academic texts and then answer comprehension questions. Next, you will listen to various college lectures, discussions, and conversations, and then answer questions based on what you heard. After the break, you will complete the speaking section, which will require you to talk into a microphone where you will describe an experience of yours or express an opinion. You will do this 6 times, and each of the speaking tasks will get progressively harder. The final section of the TOEFL is the writing section, where you'll have to write 2 essays based off your opinion or based off a listening or reading passage. In this part of the video, I'm going to give you important tips that will help you during each section of the test. Reading section. Pay close attention to the structure of the reading passage. The introduction paragraph will always have a thesis statement telling you what the text will be about, the body paragraphs will each discuss a specific example, and the conclusion will always summarize what was said. Do not waste time reading the entire passage word for word while trying to answer the comprehension questions. Scanning for specific details, such as a name or a date, and skimming for the main idea, which is usually in the first and last paragraphs of the text, are 2 reading skills that will help you during this section and save you a lot of time. Always skip a question if you don't know the answer. The last thing you want to do on the TOEFL is spend a large chunk of time trying to find the answer to a question. What you should do is continue on with the exam, and at the end of the section you can always come back and try to answer the questions you skipped. A general guideline for the reading and listening sections is that you should spend no more than 1 minute on each question. Listening section. Taking notes during the listening section is very important, especially for people who easily forget small details shortly after hearing them. However, your notes should be no more than a couple of words. If you spend time trying to copy down everything you hear, you will fall behind and miss a lot of information. Therefore, you should only write down key names, dates, times, or places you think you will be asked about. During the listening section, you will hear a variety of English accents. The TOEFL uses people from the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, etc. So being familiar with different accents that exist in these parts of the world will help you a lot. There are many movies and TV shows on Netflix, and several videos on YouTube where people speak American, British, and Australian English. Speaking section. In the speaking section, you will only have between 45 seconds and 1 minute to record your response. The speaking tasks are tricky because it's very easy to talk for way under the time limit if you're not prepared, but also very easy to go over the 1 minute mark if you don't pay attention to the clock. The most important things to remember in the speaking section are to always have an introduction where you repeat the question with your answer in it, at least 2 specific examples, and a conclusion where you briefly restate the question. Of course, pronunciation, grammar, and speaking at a clear pace and volume are very important, but if you don't answer the question with clear examples, you will lose a lot of points. The writing section is very similar to the speaking section in the sense that you should always have an introduction that tells the reader what your essay will be about, at least 2 body paragraphs with specific examples, and a conclusion. The main difference is that you will be typing your response on a computer, so it's a lot easier to make errors as you only have about 20 minutes for each essay and will be typing very fast. Therefore, it's extremely important that once you finish your essay, you go back and edit it for any spelling, punctuation, capitalization, or grammar mistakes. There are many free resources on the internet that can help you prepare for the TOEFL. The first is the official TOEFL website. Here you can find a lot of information about the test, how to register, and free practice exams. There is also a free 6-week online TOEFL course created by the makers of the test. Here you will get an overview of each section on the test, tips on how to do well, and also short quizzes to practice what you learned. I'll put the links to these websites in the video description. So guys, I hope now you better understand the TOEFL and the structure of the exam. The main thing to remember is that it's a test, so just your English skills won't be enough. You have to be familiar with both its format and its rules, and it's important that you practice, practice, practice. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below. Until next time, and thanks for watching.